Yo, what's up everybody? This is your boy Canadian back with another video. Today, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the company Dada, also known in the early 2000s as Dada Supreme. This company created some of the most unique sneakers the NBA world has ever seen, and fell off as quickly as its rise to prominence. The founder of the company, Dada, started as a hat and t-shirt company in 1995. Its main target was aimed at urban basketball youth in the United States. The company quickly converted to marketing athletic appeal and following a deal with Devanio Antonio Bruno, president and CEO of Structure International Clothing Company. The Dada footwear line was launched, providing shoes for basketball, running, and casual wear. In 2001, Dada Footwear introduced a new line of shoes named Sprees, named after the NBA player Latrell Sprewell, who alongside with Karl Malone and Chris Webber had a shoe deal with Dada. The clothing line and sneakers was extremely popular amongst members of the hip-hop community back in the early 2000s. The company is mainly known by the labels Dada, Dada Supreme, Dada Footwear, and Damani Dada. After its extreme success in the 2000s, it fell off very quickly, mainly as the culture of the NBA and basketball world changed. The demand for their style became obsolete very fast. Following their fall off, a Taiwanese businessman purchased the Dada brand in 2015. The company's products can now be found in Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, as well as the United States. And in 2015, the brand brought the New York culture to Shanghai to showcase its brand and the hip-hop and street influences it has had in the United States. They did this by showcasing their culture and their products during a press conference in 2015. And since that press conference in Shanghai, nothing else has happened with the brand since. I've done a lot of research and nothing seemed to come from the brand after that initial showcase. And the brand really fell off the face of the earth after that. Since then, there's not much information from or about the company since like 2016. If you look at their Instagram page, there hasn't been activity for years and years, right? I guess the company really doesn't do this kind of product anymore, and it doesn't really promote it anymore. It's a shame actually, because their shoes back in the 2000s were actually one of the most unique kind of sneakers that was ever released. But I guess people really lost touch with that kind of early 2000s culture, so their products stopped being popular amongst people. Now, let's talk about the most famous shoes models the Dada Supreme was known for in the NBA world. As I go through these models, I will also show you guys the ones I have in my collection as well. The first one we'll talk about is the Spinner 1, made for Latrell Sprewell, the NBA All-Star that played in the league back in the early 2000s. These shoes were called the Spree. Well, that was released in 2004. Also had another name called Supreme Spinners. They were inspired by the design of the rapper's love of lower convertible cars. On the side of the shoes, there is actually a miniature chromed alloy rim made with a collaboration of Luxani wheels. Back in the early 2000s, having spinners on your car was the shit, man. Everyone part of the hip-hop culture was into that, and everyone wanted a big-ass SUV with spinners, or even any kind of car, which is spinner wheels, man. That was really dope back in the days. I remember when I was growing up, and when I was in middle school, around the time when the popularity was at the highest for spinners, that was my dream. Having a big-ass Cadillac SUV, Cadillac Escalade SUV, with the big-ass spinner wheels, on the side of it. Yo, that was the craziest thing, and I loved it. I always wanted one. So due to that culture, right, that's why the Sprees has the spinners on the side of the shoe. I'll show you guys the one I have in my collection. So actually, I have the white version of the sneaker, right? As you can see, the only unique feature on the shoe is that big-ass spinner on the side of the shoe. Unfortunately, this pair, the spinners don't really spin, right? You see, it's actually covered up, so it doesn't spin anymore. But it's very different than other shoe designs. Nobody has ever designed a shoe like this before. Also, you can see it's got a small car vent design on the side as well, right next to the spinners. This made the shoe look more like a car than anything else. So it's actually a very unique shoe. It's only got spinners on one side, so the other side you don't see the spinners. It's just all white upper, right? Overall, it's actually a pretty clean shoe, and it's actually pretty unique. The shoe is made from patent leather, which makes it pretty stiff and heavy to wear. In hand, it's actually very, very heavy. Not something I would play basketball in nowadays, right? Not something anybody will play basketball in nowadays. Like I said before, right? The overall design is very, very unique and different, and it really represented the culture of that era very, very well. I mean, if these shoes weren't 20 years old, I probably will wear them outside to showcase them to other people. But yeah, I don't want to take that risk nowadays. It might break apart the second you try to do something with it. These shoes came in a variety of colors, both for men and women. Other than the white pair I really, really dig the all black pair as well. You can see from the pictures all these different colors of the same shoe, but the all black pair is very, very nice looking. Now, let's talk about the second iconic model made by the company. They are the C Dubs, made specifically for the NBA All-Star superstar Chris Webber. The C Dubs from 2002, along with Latrell Sprewell spinners, are Dada's most infamous models in the athletic shoe market. Why do I say it's infamous? Because a lot of people actually really dislike the design for these sneakers. Because most people like their shoes to be very clean, very simple, right? But yeah, the spinners and the C Dubs, they were very flashy kind of thing, right? Nobody really had that idea to come up with a shoe like that before. So a lot of people think it's tacky and way too out there. But in my opinion, it's a part of that culture, you know? And the only company that made a shoe like that back then was Dada. So it's extremely iconic. And no other company has ever released a shoe ever since that either like that, right? So why not just appreciate the culture and appreciate the brand that thought outside the box to make shoes like that? Now, let's talk about the C-Dubs. The patent leathered and chromed out C-Dubs were one of the hottest shoes back in 2002. But the C-Dubs also came in a variety of colors, including the woodkit option, which I also have one pair in my collection, and other varieties of the same model. And those C-Dubs took center stage in the 2002 All-Star game, right, the NBA All-Star game, when Weber broke out an all-chrome everything pair, which helped set the trend for loud, eye-catching all-star footwear. He really started that movement. After that, people started having all these crazy colorways when they play in the All-Star game. But those pairs are very iconic. Those all-chrome are the craziest pairs of C-Dubs I have ever seen, right? And one I don't currently have in my collection because it's so rare to actually get them. It's such a dope shoe in my opinion, and one of the first all chrome shoes ever released at the highest stage. Ever since then, other companies has released all chrome sneakers as well. But those sneakers that Chris Webber wore during that All-Star game, they were the trendsetters. And once I find a pair of those shoes in my size, I am definitely copying them. There's no question about that. So in my collection, I have 4 pairs of the C-Dubs, and I will show you guys these sneakers. The first pair I'll show you guys are these red and white ones. The upper is made from white leather and features a red plastic panel on the side of the shoe, as you can see right here. These panels is the main feature of the C-Dub sneakers, and it's the main part of its design. These sneakers overall is very simple and clean, but in my opinion, not a great fit for playing basketball nowadays. Just like those Sprewell spinners, right, it's pretty heavy and it's very stiff, like most other sneakers they made during this time. And nowadays, it's mainly used for streetwear, not on the basketball court. Another downside to these shoes are how easily the white uppers can become stained, right? Because it is made from a leather-like material, and in my experience, right, while wearing leather uppers, and especially the white ones, it gets stained and very quickly. Mainly if you're wearing any kind of jeans. These things just become all blue. It's terrible. So that's why I'm not gonna wear these shoes outside. Also because they are a pretty old pair of shoes. Even though they are brand new, I'm afraid if I go wear these shoes outside, they're just gonna break apart very, very quickly. Now the second pair of C-Dubs I have is one of the 2 woodkit colorways that was released back in the days. And I have the beige and maroon colorway, and the one I don't have are the black and maroon colorways. So as you can see from the video, right, the pair I have is different. The material on the upper is very different from the one I showed you guys before. The upper is mainly made from like a felt-like material. I don't know if you can see. It's not patent leather or leather. which actually makes the shoe much lighter compared to the other pairs. The wooden pattern on the panel here, along with a beige upper, actually makes the shoe look pretty high fashion and stylish. It's like something you see in Fashion Week instead of on the basketball court. Yeah, the felt material that makes the upper of the shoe could get destroyed and messy very, very quickly. That's why wearing these onto the streets would not be a very good idea. You can see the upper, right? All this felt. The second you get any kind of stain on it, it's permanent. It doesn't go away. But overall, the colorway for these shoes and the design, the material, it's a really nice shoe to look at, but not very practical. Now, the third pair of C-dubs I'll show you guys are these black leopard print colorways. While doing some research, I believe these were actually a later release, not with the initial release like the two pairs I showed you before. This pair's got a black patent leather upper, right? You can see here, it's all patent leather, the shininess. And it has that leopard print panel on the side as well. These shoes are very, very unique and eye-catching. Again, like something you will see in Fashion Week and not something you will see regularly on the basketball court. The design of these shoes and the colors really makes it very high fashion. And if you know sneakers, you know that if a sneaker has patent leather like the ones here, these gets creased very, very quickly. And once you wear the shoes a few times, any shoes made from patent leather, there's going to be like crease marks all over it. And it just looks very messy. But these pairs are definitely very, very cool to have in the collection. And I don't dare to wear them outside. Yeah, again, pretty old shoe. Don't want them to break apart. Now, the last pair of C-dubs I'll show you guys, and the one I have in my collection, right, are these black and chrome C-dubs. The design, again, is the same with other shoes in the C-dubs collection, but instead of other things, this one has an all chrome panel. You can see how shiny it is, right? Yeah, with the right lighting, you can see these shoes from like a mile away. I'll show you guys the chrome panel. You can kind of see it like a mirror. You can kind of see my video setup from the chrome panel. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's like a mirror, so you can actually see your reflection in it. The tongue of these shoes, actually, you can see it's kind of falling apart. It's deoxidizing. So I need to wrap them up, or else this chrome panel too is going to end up like the tongue. It's going to chip away and just crack away. Yeah, that's why these shoes, once it gets up in age, it really needs to be preserved very well, or else it just doesn't last very long. Out of the 4 pairs of C-dubs I have, I really love the leopard print ones and that all chrome ones I just showed you. Because out of all the animal prints that you'll see on sneakers, for me, I always love the leopard print design. It's got a style of wildness all mixed up together. And it's just something you don't see very often. But once you see it, for me, it just catches my eyes right away. And the reason why I love the all chrome pairs, because I love chrome sneakers. And because they're so shiny, you know. People are attracted to shiny things. And that includes myself. So seeing a chrome pair of shoes that with the right lighting, whoa, they're beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Now, let's talk about the third iconic shoe model that Dada has released back in the early 2000s. These were called the fourth quarters, and these shoes were mainly made for Karl Malone, again, another NBA legend, NBA great. If you are familiar with the NBA or Karl Malone, you know most people are not fans of his. He has been in some weird controversies in the past, and it just kind of destroyed his image off the court. And I really had to consider purchasing these sneakers because it's attached to Karl Malone. I'm not a fan of him either. But I eventually decided to buy them due to its design and rarity. And these shoes are actually very beautiful to look at. The main features of the fourth quarter sneakers are the 4-panel uppers the shoes have. They were very unique at the time. No other shoes had those 4 panels. I'll show you guys the ones I have in my collection. Yeah, very, very different compared to other sneakers at the time. And it also came in a variety of different colors, mainly based on the teams that Karl Malone played for. The pair I have are these Galaxy colorways. And as you can see, it has the 4 panels. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the side, right? And this pair, the colors are very flashy. And again, it's made from patent leather, just like the few of the C-dubs I have, and the Spreewell shoes. Out of all the colorways I saw, These, by far, were the best ones in the fourth quarter collection, in my opinion. The Galaxy design really makes the shoe stand out on and off the court, right? It's very unique. Not many sneakers are built like that. And out of all the Galaxy colorway sneakers, right, these and the Foamposites that Nike released, these two are the best looking ones in my opinion. And you can take a look at these shoes, right? All patent upper. Again, if you wear these a few times, all of this will be creased up very well. So, not very practical, but very beautiful to look at to have in the collection. And these colors are actually based out of the Utah Jazz colors, right? Utah Jazz is a team in the NBA that Karl Malone played most of his career for. They have the purple and blue, just like these shoes. All these sneakers I just showed you guys are very early 2000s. From the material to the design, all reminiscent of a much more exciting time in the NBA. But that's just my opinion, because I grew up in that era, watching all these NBA stars back in the early 2000s, wearing all these flashy shoes, all these crazy looking things, right? Okay, now, the last couple of sneakers I'll show you guys are very exclusive Dada collection sneakers. These pairs I don't have in my collection. Not many people do have in their collections because they are very rare. The first pair are these Karl Malone USA Player exclusive sneakers. These sneakers also has the 4 panels, right? Because they are the fourth quarters, and the fourth quarters were exclusively made for Karl Malone. But the pairs that he wore, you can see from the pictures, it has an extra inner lining compared to the public releases, or the pairs that most people have. Those inner linings holds your ankles. It gives more ankle support, right? So when you're playing basketball, your ankles don't get twisted or bent very easily. Also, the pairs that he wore features a big logo on the side panel. Like all the fourth quarter sneakers that he wore are different than the ones that the public has. You can see the big logo on the side, right? That's his logo, and is part of his sneaker design. Now the second pair I'll show you guys are these Chris Webber Dada Supreme C4s. Sneakers, just like many of Webber's sneakers from Dada, has a ton of chrome, to the point it kind of becomes impractical. As much as I love chrome, that big chrome side panel you see seems a little unnecessary, and I don't think it's very comfortable to have on the shoe. But again, that was the culture back then, and in my opinion, I guess Chris Webber really loved chrome because most of his shoes featured that. Yeah, on the internet, right, after doing some research, a lot of people hated on these shoes because of its like overwhelming design, overwhelming like chrome on the side. Yeah, it is a little too much in my opinion. But the other pair in this collection, right, in the C4 collection, are these all black pairs. Now, these are a little better looking and definitely much easier on the eyes. It features the patent leather upper and the chrome panels on the side, right? Not as much chrome as the one I showed you before, but still a little bit, right? Still very early 2000s culture. Alright everybody, today we talked about Dada, and it's Dada Supreme basketball sneakers. We talked about the most notable sneakers and the ones I have in my collection. And we talked about the players and the shoes they have as part of the Dada Supreme brand. In my opinion, Dada was one of the craziest line of sneakers back in the 2000s, and I really have a lot of love for them. Despite a lot of other people hating on the brand and hating on the shoes, I, for one, really loves it, right? It brings back that culture. People really, back in the 2000s, people actually had love for these sneakers. It's just nowadays, people's opinions changed. But if you did grow up in that culture, in that era, right, part of the, because I used to listen to hip hop all the time and watch the NBA. So these were definitely a part of it. And it was amazing to see these sneakers. And for now I finally have them in my collection. It's amazing. So if you're into content like this, please remember to click that like button and subscribe to my channel. It really provides me with a lot of support and motivation to create future content. Thank you for sticking around, and until next time, peace!